Hello, everyone. My name is Primo Starts, and welcome to the story of my experience, and the story of learned. But before we get into the story, I want to talk to you about something that has been really on my mind these days, that has been bothering me. You see, some stories you will have a little to say about. Some stories you won't have much to say about some stories. Other stories you will have a whole lot to say. And those type of stories, the one that you have a whole lot to say, is broad. Is a broad story. Is a story that has a broad perspective. So you have a whole lot to say on those types of stories, and because it has a broad perspective, some might say that because their experience is not your experience, because some of these stories, especially the broad stories, the one that have broad perspective, those type of stories, everyone has something to say about those type of stories and those type of topics, especially if it's a specific topics. Let's just say a topic of narcissism. A topic of narcissism. Now, narcissism is a broad story. It has a broad story. Now, for those of you who has been involved with narcissism, or with a narcissistic person, you might have your own individual story to tell. And not every one of us that has been involved with narcissists or with a narcissistic individual has the same story to tell. So when you try to explain or tell your story, and someone who has been telling their story and your story might seem similar. Some aspect of your story might seem similar as that individual that has been telling their story. And if that individual does not understand that you have been through the same issues that they have been through, they might consider you as a mimicker or as an imitator, which of course they might be saying the truth. But what they need to look at is that the same issue they have been through, you have been through that same issue. They might say something you might say something. You have been through the narcissistic abuse. You might say something that they might resonate with, or they have already said. It might seem similar, but the story might not be the same, because you don't have that person's experience. The experience that they have with a narcissist and the time that is spent with a narcissist might not be similar. The story might be similar, but that's your experience your whole experience might not be similar as their experience. So you see, they might accuse you of imitating them, or copying them, or wanting to become them, which of course, in some aspect it might be true, but in some other aspect it's lies. It's not truth. Because this sickness or this spiritual disease that we're dealing with, we all have been through these abuse, and every one of us abuse might not be the same. And also depends on the time spent with these individuals. So you see, someone accuse you because you speak about a topic that they're speaking about. You speak the same topic. They might think that you are watching them and copying them, which is not truth. So we all need to calm down and understand that the abuse you yourself have been through, and telling the story, someone somewhere else might have been through that same abuse, might have gone through that same issues that you're talking about, and they need to talk about that issue too. And that is the healing point. They're trying to heal. So not everybody that imitates you, they are trying to take your place. Not everybody that imitates you are trying to take your place, because this stems from a deep experience that they have. So I just wanted to talk about this imitation and copycat, and someone thinking that someone wants to take their place because they're talking about the same subject matter. It is not true. We all have been through abuse, and we all are trying to heal. And if someone try to create a YouTube video for the experience they have been through, you cannot downgrade them. You cannot degrade them. You cannot say because what you're doing and they're doing similar, you cannot say they're doing your work because they have been through the same experience that you have been through. So be careful how you accuse people of what they do on this social media that we have today. We all have been through, most people have been through abuse, and we have different experiences of the abuse that we go through. So if someone get here on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, try to talk about their experience, we should be very careful how to accuse them or call them names, because it's not us. We as empath, we don't call each other names. We as chosen ones, we don't call each other names. And when you see people doing that, because they are afraid. They are afraid. What? And you ask yourself, what are they afraid of? They are afraid because they think someone wants to take their spot, and that is not true. Me personally, I'm not here to imitate anyone. I'm just here to tell you my experience, to explain my experience to you, what I've been through, my abuse, what I've been through, what I've experienced in the hands of the narcissistic individual. So I'm not here to repeat what you're saying, and if I do say something that you're saying, that means I've been through it. That means I've been through it, and I'm getting healed. So do not consider us as enemies or envious of you or jealous of you. It is not true. Or wanting to become you. It is not true. Some of us were past that stage long time ago. So we're just here to speak our truth, so others can hear it and learn from it. That's it. And it's even better that you are not the only one speaking about this subject matter, because the whole world needs to hear what's going on. So if someone is there, try to speak about the same thing you're speaking about. They're just trying to help out so that people can hear, so they can spread out. So it can become a broad topic, so people can learn, hear about these, get wisdom and awareness about this abuse that we go through. So it is not because someone wants to take your spot. It is not because of that. No one has a mind to take someone's spot. We as empath, or we as chosen one, we don't push people on the side. We try to help. We don't push people on the side. We don't take people's spot. We don't envy people. We don't jealous people. We don't hate people because of what they do. We don't want to become someone else. We want to become ourselves. We want to tell the truth. We stand in our truth. And when we tell the truth and the truth seems similar to your truth, it doesn't mean that we're trying to take your spot. So this is it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. And let us get clear today. Let us make this clear that no one, especially when you're an empath or a chosen one, no one trying to take anyone's spot on social media. No one's trying to be you. It's even difficult for us to be us. First of all, for me to be me is even difficult. So why should I take someone else's burden and put it on my shoulder? There's no way. So don't even think about that, okay? Be blessed.